Angeles,
Yes.
California, if you didn't know. Look, the style says it all to me. But we're going to keep it there.
Okay.
So since I already told them where you're from, can you give us a quick like wrap up of how you landed in Dallas, Texas? Real light, nothing too deep.
Okay.
As well, as well as like how has your hometown like inspired your style of
Yeah.
art? Because I see it.
You see it?
I see
Okay.
it. I see it.
So I moved here about 5 years ago, and I was just ready for something new. I had been here to Dallas one time. It was the February 2020.
Ooh, you chose that year?
Yeah. February 2020, I came to Dallas just with some friends or whatever, and I knew I was ready to move from LA.
Okay.
Don't get me wrong, I love LA. My family's there. I love the beach. I love the sun. I love the palm trees. But when you're born and raised somewhere, sometimes it can feel smothering.
Yeah.
You know? So I was like, I came here once. My other option I thought of was Vegas, and I was like, boo. So
I lived in Vegas.
Yeah. My sister lives there, so and it's close to LA, so that's why I thought about it. But I was like, no, that's not it. I asked my son, I was like, do you want to visit Dallas first to see? He was like, no, let's go. So we came in May of 2020, in the middle of COVID.
Nice.
I drove. He wasn't driving yet, so I drove the entire way, 20-something
Yes,
hours. We stopped
20-something
once.
hours.
Yep, it was 20-something hours. We stopped and spent the night in Albuquerque and came on all the way, and it's been a blessing to be here,
Right.
really.
That's to speak about either moving to Las Vegas or Texas. That's a typical Californian move
Yeah.
thought process.
Yeah.
They're both pretty cheap, is all I'm saying.
Yeah,
It's
much
just
cheaper than
how
LA.
much crime do you want?
Right. Exactly.
But we're glad you came.
Yeah, I'm so glad I came here.
So to bring it back, so how does your hometown, LA, inspire your digital media, multimedia at this point, multimedia
Yeah.
artwork?
I guess it's just what's in me. Like the majority of my art, sometimes I'm inspired by something I see. It could be fan art or something I see on Instagram, a picture on Pinterest or something. But the majority of my art is just me. Like my growing up, my childhood, my adulthood, just my journey as a Black woman.
Okay.
I'm seeing things through the lens of a Black woman, the softness, and I don't know if that's necessarily an LA thing, but that's just a me thing. So, but I do attribute my art more so to just my life and the depths and the ups and the downs and everything, that the majority of us have gone through. So
I do agree
Yeah.
with that. Okay, so to keep going, so what brought you into the realm of doing artwork, period? Because you got the book,
Yeah.
you got the paintings.
Yeah.
What started you on doing the art?
So I've always been an artist, but it took a long time for me to say I was an artist because my art was crocheting, fiber arts, needle arts, decorative arts, artistic things, but I wouldn't call myself an artist,
Yeah.
But the digital art came about 5 years ago or so, 2021. I could always kind of draw, but I was thinking of starting another business because I've had all these business ideas, creative businesses. I was thinking of starting another business, and I got a logo made, and I was like, I could have made that. So I bought an iPad, and it wasn't as easy as I thought. So it did take me some time to learn the program and everything. But then I'm just, practicing. It then became a hobby. So then I'm practicing. I'm just drawing in the bed, and my husband is like, girl, like, you're not just about
You're
to be
onto
doing this in
something.
the bed. Like, you need to do this for real. So then I started taking it more seriously. And I was like, are you sure you really think so? And he was like, yeah. So then I entered my first art show, and then it just went on from there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me read. As a woman of color, how have your life experiences influenced the themes and subjects in your artwork?
Ooh.
Because I see a lot of brown women
Yeah.
of all shades
Yeah.
in all of these paintings.
Yeah.
So how?
I mean, I will say I have been the lightest in the room. I've been the darkest in the room. I've been the only Black person in the room. My family is from Compton, but I went to school near Malibu.
Oh, so yeah.
So I'm all over the place. I've been the bougiest, I've been the ghettoist in the room. You know what I'm saying? So
The duality.
yeah. and I would say that is the experience of most black women.
Exactly.
You know, so I think my art, and I think that's why it connects with so many black women. Like, you can see yourself in something. At least one of my pieces, you're gonna
Exactly.
see yourself in it, because I'm connecting with you some kind of way. I feel like a lot of black women, especially the younger women, I'm 45, especially the younger women are like their 20s or 30s, they kind of see where they can go. You know, I put
That's
us
beautiful.
in a light that's soft, that's up there. It's not what social media or what society is saying about us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Side note, this always happens. My husband says I always do this. I was on Instagram or Facebook or something today, and it was a post that said, tell us one thing about black women, or what's one thing about black women that other races don't have, or something like that. So many black men, they're ghetto, they're loud, they're this. It was so much negativity about black women. And I hope I hope that black women see the softness and the you know, we're not loud, we're not all ghetto, we're not all this and that. We're soft.
Yep.
You know? Sometimes we just need you to let us be soft. You know what I'm saying? So that's pretty much my art. We're not what everyone says we are. Like, it was literally 95% negative. There were some people in there that was like, oh, yeah. Even men were like, no, that's not cool, da-da-da. But the majority was negative about us, you know?
Look, and that's what I got when my friend Jordan showed me your art, is that it's okay to be a brown girl, and it's okay to not be okay as well, because you see that how everybody else depicts us is
Yeah.
not what it is.
It's not what it is. And we know that's not what it is. But sometimes when you constantly see things,
Amen.
you know, you kind of
Forget.
Yeah, you do. And especially growing up in the 80s and what's on TV, you know, our hair, you know, back in the day we all had perms because that's not what we saw. So yeah, I now I draw afros and things like, it's okay to love yourself, to love your hair. We didn't back in the, and I'm talking about me too. I had a perm. We all had a perm.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We were taught that those things were not okay.
And policies were set to say.
Exactly.
So-
And I love that now it is transforming a little bit, but I hope that what my art does is kind of tell people, you know, just reinforce like the beauty and the softness and the luxury of being black.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So when you said, I hope brown women see themselves in your artwork, so if somebody said, yeah, I see myself in the painting, what's the one, is it Glory with the gun?
Oh, that's no, that's not Glory. That's what is that one called? The Guardian.
Yeah,
Yes, thank
the
you.
Guardian.
Yeah.
Yeah, so how
I
did
mean,
that?
hey, sometimes it's like that, but for me, that one was like my ancestors watching over me. Like, I feel like my grandma's with me all the time, and I
Yes.
feel like she's guarding me. And our ancestors did have it harder than us, and they had to be more protective and rougher. And I feel like they have made it where I can be softer. I'm a lover girl. I'm a soft girl, you
Yes.
know. But I wouldn't have been able to do that had my ancestors,
Now
my
we can
mom,
be the
my grandma.
housewives.
Yeah, exactly. Had they not allowed us that, had they not, you know, had a little more struggle than us and allowed us to be in this space.
Yes, I love
Yeah,
it.
the Guardian. Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, that's the one for me too. Okay, so congratulations on your new book,
Thank
In
you.
Bloom. In Bloom. Could you explain the concept behind it and what readers can expect?
Yeah, so I have a lot of art, and sometimes I feel like it's all over the place. Like, for a viewer, like, you're like, what's your inspiration? Like, it's from everywhere. But my book kind of honed in on kind of like the journey of womanhood, of black womanhood, or to anyone that wants to, you know, read it and understand us. But I say black womanhood because that's who I am and that's just what I know. But so it just kind of went through a journey, and I went through chapters and just like our roots, our flowers, our jewels, just everything that
Yes.
we've overcome, our shadows. We go through so much, and this is for everybody, men, women, black, white, Hispanic, everybody. We all go through things, and just about knowing that, oh, it's okay to start over. I've had so many lives. I've started over a million times, and it's okay. There's beauty in starting over. Like, if I have to start over again at 65, that's just what it is. It's okay. You know, so that's really what it is too. If you really sit and look and read the book, I did add some affirmations and things like that. I usually don't talk a lot of, like with my art and stuff. It's really, I want the person to kind of have their own view, but in there I kind of guide you through what my art is meaning in that moment. And yeah, it's just a journey of going through your shadows and rising through it all.
So it's a visual shadow, like
Yeah,
workbook.
it's a visual. It's a story. It's storytelling through art.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
because I did hear you talk about poetry, or was I just?
I see. This is what I'm saying. I've lived different lives.
Yes, because I was like, don't
When
let
I
me
was
put you on
like, I
blast.
remember I was like 19. I did like some little poetry events and stuff. But for me, the art, I like to express myself visually more so than my words. That's
Look.
just my thing now. So
Look, I'm musically. I don't
Yeah.
like my words either,
Yeah.
so I concur.
yeah.
So what was the process when you were building the book? Like, how did you be like, okay, I'm gonna take these pieces? Like, was there any process, or was it just more like,
Well, some of the work I had done before I even thought about writing a book, so they already existed. But I did know that I wanted it to kind of be a journey, but not so figuratively, like not like, you know,
step by step?
yeah. I still wanted it to be artistic, more about the art than the words and all that. So I just took pieces that I knew that I really loved, and then just thought of like the main themes, like I said, the roots, the jewels, the flowers, when we're getting our flowers, whether it be from other people, from ourselves, whatever. I chose pieces that I'd already done, then I made some new pieces for the book that I just felt like went in there perfectly.
Got you.
Yeah.
Because I mean, to me, the whole concept sounds like a free flowing, like root work art, like art book. Like, you're not gonna know you're working on yourself, but by the end, you're gonna have revelation.
Exactly.
And that's what I get.
And I
from it.
feel like when I was, especially the art was its own thing, because that's my personal thing. I feel something in each piece that I'm creating. But when I started writing the words, when I started writing the intro and the like the letters to women reading it, and just even for each piece, I was like, oh my God, like I had moments where I was like tearing up a little bit.
Even
like,
you were moved.
Yeah, I moved myself because it just reminded me of so much that I've been through, our relationships with our parents, our significant others, our selves, everything. We've been through so much, and you know, sometimes you forget, you know, and it was just a reminder, like, dang, I went through all these shadows and ups and downs and
I'm
everything,
here.
and look,
Yes.
you know, so it was good to remind myself that I've come a long way.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so, with the pieces that you had in this book, to speak about your digital media, is there any like specific tool that's like pivotal to your art design? Like,
I absolutely love Procreate on my
Okay.
iPad. That is my jam. I do acrylic pieces as well, but
yes.
I love digital. I can do it anywhere, and I've perfected it, I believe. I mean, I'm sure there's room to grow and things to learn, but for what I do, I know what I'm doing. That's my thing, you know.
Yes.
Yeah, I love it.
Because I remember when we initially talked, you talked to me about how you love Procreate, but you were moving on the side of using acrylics just to show people, hey, I can do both.
Yeah.
The duality.
Because I've been at events where people be looking at my stuff and they're like, oh, you do that digital stuff? And I'm like,
Artwork
can
is-
you do it?
Artwork is artwork, is what I say.
Yeah, and Procreate is a tool, just like if I was using a paintbrush or a canvas, it's
Exactly.
still a tool. And my husband was like, you don't have to prove nothing to nobody, but I was
Yes,
like,
sir.
but I want to. So I can do it. So I can do acrylic, and it was to prove to myself too. But like, I'm not gonna lie, I wanted to show people that I could do it too. Like, I don't want you to minimize what I do because you think that it's less than. It's still art. There's different forms of art.
Exactly.
But there's so many people that, you know, people that do oil painting think they're better than people that do acrylic, and then
Exactly.
you know, it's
Every artwork has their
yeah,
levels.
exactly. So, but But I do, and who knows, I may do oil later or whatever, but I'm now like confident in saying I can do both. I do both, you know.
And you feel comfortable doing both.
I feel comfortable doing both.
Because
yes.
it is all art, I always say, it's all about technique.
Yeah.
You and that person can have the same utensils, and it's
not
about
gonna
their
look the same.
technique of how they do it. It's going to look totally different than yours.
Mhm.
And then their finesse. At the end of the day.
Exactly. Exactly.
So, I definitely
Yeah.
get that.
Yeah.
So, what else? Like, did you have any gems you wanted to drop on us in this talk?
I don't know. I know there's a couple artists in here. I guess I would just say, just keep going. And I've applied to galleries. I've applied for grants. I've had more no's than I've had yes, but I just keep going. And then you're going to get a yes here and there. You know what I'm saying? So just go. And I'll also say, I know it's hard to put yourself out there. If you know me, you know I don't like talking in front of people. I don't like being on social media, but that's just something that I have to push myself to do, because otherwise you can't find me, you know? I had an event I have tomorrow. I did some artwork for Foot Locker and Nike, and they found me on Instagram.
Yeah, and I can't believe you say you don't like social media, because Candy Appletree is one of those people that's like, you know, you could post a little more. You know that you can make some content.
I've had
like
other
Candy.
artists say that too, like they always see me. But like I said, when I don't feel up to like talking or something, I'm gonna post a quote. I'm gonna post an event. I'm gonna post my art. I'm gonna post something.
So just post something.
Post something. It doesn't have to be you talking all the time, because I understand it's so like cringy, you know, but you got to do it if you want to be seen, because that's the new way now. And this is for any business you're doing. This is the way now. They find you on social media.
Yeah,
you
it's
know?
tough.
Yeah.
Because I'm very antisocial.
Yeah, if I didn't have Candy Appletree, I would not have any social media probably.
Look. And then I'm going to have to put the spotlight on your partner.
Oh.
I've heard you mention him a lot tonight. And so, like, he's the person that keeps you going on posting.
Yeah.
I think he's your cameraman
Yeah.
as well.
Yep.
Like, big shout out to him.
Yep.
Because, like,
He taught me how to edit my own videos too. So sometimes he'll do them, sometimes I'll do them. But yeah, that's my ride or die right there. And that's also important, is having somebody in your corner that is for real with you.
yes.
If you're not with me, I'd rather have nobody. Because having somebody that's draining you
Amen.
is worse than anything.
It is.
You know what I mean? So having a good support system. My son, he's great. He's been helping at events and everything. He's been printing and organizing. Like, if he wasn't helping, I wouldn't have been able to do this book. If I wouldn't have both of them, I'm so serious. I wouldn't have the time.
Shout out to family.
Yeah, you know, they've really helped. It's very important. But again, if you don't have those type of people, have zero. Because I've been in situations where your partner will bring you down.
Exactly.
You know, so
All the way down.
all the way down to zero. So
Yes. Big
yes,
double zero.
So I'm blessed to have a really good support system and people that push me to be better, and you know, are there with me at events, and
yes.
there when I'm like, oh my God, this is so ugly. What am I doing? And you know, he's like,
They
just
hype you
finish
up.
it. He's
Yes.
like, just finish it. And then I finish it, and I'm like, okay, I like it. So yeah, I'm blessed with that.
Well, I mean, you're blessed, period, Candy.
Oh, thank you.
Because I've seen her at Black on the Block, Art Overdose.
Shout out to Art Overdose.
Art
Back
over.
then.
Oh,
Yep.
okay.
Yeah.
I love the faces. Okay, Art Overdose, as well as Vanguard. That's where I met you. It's like you can check Candy out at all the local art fairs, art shows. She's putting in the work in the
I
community.
put in the work.
Yes.
Like,
You can't miss it.
and it's hard work. Like,
There should be no reason why you have a blank wall if you go there.
yes.
There should
Absolutely.
be one Candy Applebee's in your house.
I agree.
That's all I'm saying.
But yeah, it's a lot of hard work, but it's worth it if that's what you really want to do. Another side note, my first event I did after I quit my day job, it was a Black on the Block, and it had rained the night before, and it was in Grand Prairie. And it was, you remember?
Yes, that was a muddy.
It was muddy. It was horrible. And I mean, I did okay, but nobody was there. That wasn't even the point. It was that it was muddy and it was
I was
hard.
gonna say it's the muddy.
It was difficult. It was the hardest work I'd ever done in my life. And I was like, I second guessed myself, like, was this what I was supposed
Oh,
to
and
do?
this was the first show.
This was the
Oh.
first. This was the first event I did.
Some
after
people
I
would have
quit.
shut it down.
And I was like, is that what God is saying? Like, you didn't do the right thing? But I was like, no, he's testing me to say, are you really about this? You know, and I was like, I am about it. So I've had frames break. I've had my tent fall over. I've been in the mud. Like, we go through some stuff at these events. It's not easy peasy, you know what I mean? But it is what it is. It's what I want to do. So
Look, you gotta put in work for what you want.
you absolutely do.
It's never easy.
Yep.